If you think love is only for the young, think again. Many believe that finding love after 60 is challenging, but it can be a fulfilling and exciting journey. Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to capture a woman's heart at this stage in life? Well, you're in the right place. This video will explore 10 essential steps a man can take to make a woman fall in love with him after 60. Now, you might think that romance is all about grand gestures, but studies show that it's the small, meaningful actions that make the biggest impact. Real-life experiences tell us that love after 60 is not just possible. It's often more profound and rewarding. So, let's dive into some key insights. First, we'll discuss the importance of genuine communication. Did you know that listening can be more powerful than speaking? Next, we'll explore the art of shared experiences, how simple activities can create lasting bonds. And the third point will surprise you: the role of humor in keeping the spark alive. By watching, you'll discover practical tips to enhance your romantic life and build meaningful connections. You'll learn to avoid common mistakes and embrace fresh, non-cliché approaches to love. So, stay tuned for practical solutions that could transform your romantic journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. All right, let's dive into something really important: emotional intelligence. You know, understanding and managing emotions can really deepen connections, especially when we're talking about love after 60. It's not just about knowing what to say, but really listening. I mean, have you ever had someone truly listen to your stories and feelings? It feels amazing, right? That's what we're aiming for here. So picture this. You're sitting across from her, and she's sharing a story. Maybe it's about her day or something that happened years ago. Instead of just nodding along, you really tune in. You listen actively. You might say, "Wow, that must have been tough," or "I can see why that made you happy." It's about showing empathy and understanding in those conversations. And hey, don't be afraid to express your own emotions too. It's a two-way street. Now, emotional awareness and empathy development are key. But let's be honest, misunderstanding emotions can lead to conflicts. We've all been there, right? You think you're on the same page and then, boom, something goes sideways. So how do we avoid that? Well, practice makes perfect. Try active listening exercises or empathy exercises. They might sound a bit formal, but they can really help. Here's a little story for you. A friend of mine once told me about a time he really connected with his partner. They were having a tough conversation, and instead of getting defensive, he just listened. He said it was like a light bulb went off. They both felt heard and understood, and it brought them closer together. That's the power of emotional intelligence. So, think about a moment when emotional intelligence helped you in a relationship. Maybe it was a small thing, or maybe it was a big turning point. Share it with us. It's these moments that build trust and intimacy, and that's crucial for love. Let's talk about cultivating shared interests. You know, engaging in activities together can really strengthen those bonds. It's like when you find that perfect puzzle piece that just fits. So what can you do? Well, how about joining a book club or a hobby group together? Imagine sitting side by side discussing the latest novel or learning a new craft. It's not just about the activity itself, but the shared experience that brings you closer. Or maybe you're more of the adventurous type. Exploring new places or traveling together can be a fantastic way to create memories. Picture this: discovering a quaint little cafe in a town you've never been to, or walking hand in hand through a bustling market. These moments become stories you share, little treasures that enrich your relationship. And let's not forget about cooking. Cooking meals together and sharing recipes can be a delightful way to bond. You know, trying out a new dish, maybe even making a bit of a mess in the kitchen, but laughing about it together. It's these simple, everyday moments that can mean so much. Now, finding common hobbies or exploring new activities can be a bit tricky. You don't want to force interests, because that can lead to resentment. It's important to communicate openly about what you both enjoy. Maybe you love gardening, and she loves painting. Why not combine the two? Create a garden art project together. The key is to find mutual activities that you both look forward to. Shared interests create common ground and enjoyable experiences. They give you something to talk about, something to look forward to. So, what shared interest has brought you closer to someone? Think about it. It's those little things that can make a big difference. And who knows, you might just discover something new about each other along the way. All right, let's talk about maintaining a positive outlook. You know, a positive attitude can be like a magnet. It draws people in, makes them want to be around you. I mean, who doesn't want to be with someone who lifts their spirits, right? So, one way to keep that positivity flowing is by expressing gratitude regularly. Just think about it. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to appreciate the little things. Maybe it's the smell of coffee brewing or the sound of birds chirping outside your window. These small moments can set the tone for your entire day. And here's another thing. Focus on solutions rather than problems. It's easy to get bogged down by what's going wrong, but shifting your mindset to what can be done about it is powerful. I remember a time when I was feeling overwhelmed by a home project. Instead of dwelling on the mess, I started brainstorming ways to tackle it. And you know what? It made all the difference. Suddenly, it felt like a fun challenge rather than a burden. Celebrating small victories together is also key. Whether it's finishing a puzzle or cooking a new recipe, these shared moments of joy can really strengthen your bond. My friend once told me about how he and his partner would toast with a glass of wine every time they completed a task on their to-do list. It became a fun ritual that brought them closer. But let's be real, negativity can push people away. It's like a cloud that hangs over everything. So, how do we combat that? Well, practicing daily gratitude and positive affirmations can be a game changer. It enhances your well-being and, in turn, attracts others to you. So, I'm curious, how has maintaining positivity impacted your relationships? Have you noticed a difference? Let's keep this conversation going. You know, love is such a fascinating thing, isn't it? It doesn't really care about age or time. I mean, think about it. Love can bring joy and companionship at any stage of life. My friend once said, "Love is like a garden. It grows if you nurture it." And I think that's true, especially as we get older. We have all these experiences and stories to share, and that makes love even richer. So, what do you think? Is love truly timeless? I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's like we're all part of this big, beautiful journey together, right? So we've covered a lot today, haven't we? Emotional intelligence, shared interests, and positivity. These are the keys to winning her heart after 60. You know, it's funny, my friend once told me, "Love is like a garden. It needs care and attention to bloom." And I think that's so true, especially as we get older. We all have stories, experiences, and let's be honest, a few more wrinkles, but that just adds character, right? The thing is, love doesn't have an expiration date. It's about finding someone who appreciates you for who you are now, not who you were decades ago. And honestly, isn't that a beautiful thing? Imagine the joy of discovering new adventures together, even if it's just trying a new restaurant or taking a walk in a park you've never visited. So, if you're ready to embrace these steps, I promise, the journey of finding love after 60 can be just as exciting as it was in your younger years. Maybe even more so, because now you know what truly matters. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on love and relationships. Remember, love knows no age. Let's keep our hearts open and enjoy the journey together.